Okay, everyone, this is Alex. Alex spent 18 years perfecting marketing in in-house roles. The majority of his roles were in behavioral health and in-house marketing departments. He then had roles in a few marketing agencies in paid search and SEO, and was also doing contract marketing roles. He also did sales roles in leadership, training, and admin roles. In 2019, he joined Cohort 5 of the Acadium Plus program. He later secured his first apprenticeship in April 2020 when COVID first started. And within 45 days, he landed a full time job in a marketing agency, got promoted 4 times before even beginning his first role. So here's Alex.
Thanks so much for having me. Wanted to make one correction. The Acadium Plus program I started in 2020. I booked it in 2019, just a minor correction there. And I got to say that experience was really cool. It was a life-changing experience. I was at a major crossroads, and I bet a lot of people out there are at crossroads. And for me, it was a process that I had to go through to end up with choosing Acadium to be one of my partners in helping me transition career wise. I knew I had a passion for digital marketing and design, and I knew that I was involved in things like e-commerce, which is what I'm going to be sharing a little bit about today with the demonstration. But I think there were three major things that I took away from the excitement and the promo of the Acadium program that I thought, if I do this, this is what I really want to get out of it. And it was community, it was the education, and the one-on-one mentorship. And the mentorship was great. It helped me a lot, just having someone to talk to. But I think the long lasting effect was the community. And I got to meet you two ladies, and it's been a great relationship. Of course, I've known Alani for a while, and I just met you, Lila, not too long ago. But just in a short time that we built our relationships, it's been a really good experience. So again, I'm happy to be here to share. So I want to share a treat with all of you who will be watching this, and I'll show you the behind the scenes of what it takes to create a Facebook Marketplace listing. If you are not familiar with Facebook Marketplace, it's kind of like if Craigslist and Shopify got together, got married, and conceived a child. You have Facebook Marketplace. And what's unique about it is not only are millions of people on there looking for great deals, but the fees are really low. And for anyone interested in getting rid of some old items in their closet, or maybe you are beyond that and you have the marketing bug, and maybe you have a little bit of a sales bug and you want to do something as a side hustle, selling items on Facebook Marketplace could be the thing for you. Now, with any platform, there's bugs and ups and downs and pros and cons, but for the most part, Facebook Marketplace is a really cool platform to sell things as a side hustle or as a full-time gig. So for me, as I'm in freelance, I had many mentors who taught me lots of different things. And one of them is to sell on marketplaces. And so I chose Facebook because of the low entry to get in. So I'm going to share my screen in a moment and show you some of my thought process for those of you who are more strategy minded, who are wondering maybe this could be a platform that I can get involved with, and some of the considerations before you jump into something. Because I don't know about you, but I get eye candy. Can you ladies relate, where you see something, it's the shiny object kind of syndrome, where you get all caught up in it? So that's what Facebook Marketplace was for me. I jumped into it and learned as much as I could. But at the end of the day, in the career that I am in, we got to apply principles. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit of the principles of e-commerce and digital marketing, but then show you my process, and then show you how we're going to actually publish a live listing. And then we'll see if it picks up any traction or not. So here we go. So with any product that you're going to market, you want to do a little bit of research, and I'll give you just major highlights, because several of the things I'm going to say are deep subjects in and of themselves, and we can get down a rabbit hole pretty quickly. But for the sake of time, I did some research to find a product that I would like to sell on Facebook Marketplace. And as you can see, I'm on a search for Mainstays 12 by 18 inch format picture frame. I chose that particular product because I went onto Walmart.com, which is a great website if you want to do retail drop shipping. Amazon.com is another great website for retail drop shipping. Essentially, we're finding an item that sells pretty good or has been sold a lot in the past, and then we're going to take pictures, titles, descriptions, benefits, and some features, and we're going to create a listing inside of Facebook Marketplace and then publish it. Now, I arrived at this particular item from eBay. So in ebay.com, I did a search for Mainstays. I know that Mainstays is an in-house brand for Walmart. And I could have chose furniture, I could have chose appliances, but for today, I just chose Mainstays. So if you're familiar with SEO and keyword research, or if you are involved with social ads or paid search ads like Google ads, this will sound familiar to you. At any rate, I see that these frames are affordable. Well, this one's a little pricey, I might say, for a frame in my personal opinion, but I'm looking for how many are sold. So one of the filters I added was new. So you could see over here on the left, this blue filter, new. I'm not going to worry about price. I'm looking for items sold. So there's 36 there, 17 here, 73. Now that caught my eye. So I'm looking for the size 18 by 24. Okay. This one's 68. 66 for 780. So whenever you do retail drop shipping, you want to buy low, sell high. And when I'm buying low, that's under the category of COGS. It's an acronym that means cost of goods sold. So it really means how much does it cost to produce a sellable product so that you can actually go and sell it. And since I'm not buying the materials to build this, I'm actually purchasing this. My purchase total price, including the shipping, will be my cost of goods sold. And then afterwards, I will add my markup on that, and we'll get into that in just a few moments. So this is what I chose. I opened it up in a new tab, as you can see here, and I'm just looking around. And I'm looking for the description, any benefits. It would be under the product details. Okay, and also features. Here we go, and some specifications. Okay, fine. So my next step after I source a product that I think is in demand is to do a search on Facebook Marketplace to see who else is trying to advertise it. I see a whole page here. This is the page that we started with. And I just click open a couple of them just to see what they do, because I like to see what the competition does. I see this one has 2 listings. I think you're allowed up to 10. I see some descriptive information on the right-hand side with, specifications, if you will, and then a description. And then they have a buy now and an add to cart. Okay. I opened up my Facebook Marketplace account, and you want to go to create new listing. And so I'll just show you that in a new tab very quickly. And what you would do is you would click item for sale. Okay. And then you would just click here. And once the screen loads, you're going to see options on the left of what you have to fill in, and then a preview in the middle of the screen. And so you're encouraged to use videos and photos, but at minimum, we'll use photos. You'll have a title, a price, choose a category. Once I put in the title, several options of categories will pop up, so that won't be too hard. Of course, we're selling frames today. The condition will be new. I'll add a description. You'll add a quantity, some other information, some tags, a SKU, and then some one option to upsell by boosting, where you pay a little bit of money to advertise, but we won't do that today. And then you can hide from your friends, and then there is a next button to go to the next steps. For the sake of time, I already did all this work, so we'll edit the draft. But before I do, I want to show you a good document that I use here. And this is a Google Sheets document that I put together where I'm adding my title, my item description, my product tags, quantity, category, condition, et cetera, all the way to the right. This may be familiar to you if you are involved in, again, social ads, paid search ads, SEO. You want to have a document to organize everything. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how I organize. One of the things I programmed into this document is when I put the title, I show a length. Why? Because if you are involved in creating content, you know that there's a maximum amount of characters that you can use, and I don't want to go over the max character limit. So I have my document ready, and I knew that I didn't want to copy verbatim the description here, or what Walmart, or excuse me, eBay calls their product details. So what I did was I copied like the first sentence, and I went into a tool called Writer. I created a folder called, what was my folder name? Let me go to home. I called it Facebook Marketplace. So again, side note, this is showing you the details step by step. So I created a folder. Now this is an AI writing tool. You don't have to use this tool. In fact, I learned over many years of my career how to write, but to be working smarter and efficient is really the thing to do in today's day and time, because usually we have a lot of time. We have a very busy schedule. So anyway, I created a doc called Mainstays 12 by 18 pick frame. I put in my product title. I chose the use case. So I am tapping into the trained AI use case, and I chose product description. I put in my title. I put in about 250 characters, and I just let the software work for me. Of course, I put in my variants and my optimal level. You can choose any one of these. It's up to you, but that's what I chose. And then I hit Write Now. And then I got two options separated by this little separator here. So I took this wording and I modified it a little bit, threw it in my my document. And so you see that here, the mainstays 12 by 18-inch picture frame, et cetera, space, features, colon, bullet point. I could have used an emoji. It's up to you. And then I have my product tags. So these are keyword variations on the theme. Now, some people say that Marketplace adheres to these tags. Other people swear that they do not. My rule of thumb is err on the side that they do or that they will. So that way I create it ahead of time instead of having to go on later on and then add it to it. So I'm just trying to have a mover's advantage. So that's the thought process here as I'm building this listing up. So once I'm done with writing, I go back into my Facebook Marketplace account. By the way, I'm using my personal account. So if you have crazy things on your regular Facebook profile, you may want to think about cleaning that up, or maybe create another account that you will use to advertise products that you want to sell. Now, if you have a new account, you may not get the buy button right away, but that comes along with any platform. There's pros and cons to it, and you'll have to make that decision for yourself. So for the sake of time, we're going to continue with our draft that I created. And let's just take a moment when the page loads and let's see what we have here. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that I went onto Amazon.com and I found some testimonial pictures. Why is that important? Because I want to stand out. And this is a best practice. So I'll show you very quickly. I did a search for prime backed 12 by 18-inch picture frame, and I did a search, as you can see on the top here. It's under home and kitchen. Now, I didn't find the exact model, but that's okay. I'm just wanting to see what other people do, and I want to scroll down to the bottom, and I'm looking for testimonials. Now, this is some of the bonus stuff that you probably will get if you were to purchase a course. I'm giving it to you right here. And so I'm looking for the pictures up top. And obviously, this is a different product, different physical look. But what I'm looking for is pictures of it on the wall. So that way I can stand out from everybody else who may manually or use a software to copy and paste this material. So as you can see here, this only has a picture on a white background, which is strong, by the way, don't get me wrong. So we have the front, the back, and then a picture of the frame in style. Okay. So what I did was I took some images from another person and do as much as you can to manipulate it, update it so that you can make it your own. But for the sake of demonstration, I'm starting off with the 12 by 18, right? Instead of starting off with the back part, you want to start off with your hero image. Now, if I had a video, I'd put the video first. And then what I did, which was different than anybody else, is I added a testimonial slide. Why? Well, one, I want to be different. And two, I want to show that there's others who purchased this and they loved it. And so I put two of those there. And all I did was I took a screenshot, right? I zoomed in on my browser, took a screenshot, and then saved it and then posted. Here's the third image. Look at that. So you can use this frame horizontally, vertically. You can buy multiple of them. Notice that I'm priming you psychologically. I want you to buy multiple quantities of my product. Here's another image where the product is on the desk. So you can hang it on your wall, on your desk, and you can have like this really unique 3-paneled picture frame scenario going on. Okay. Then we'll scroll down the title, straight to the point. I literally am just copying and pasting. So I'm going into the cell, Control C, I'm on a PC, right? Then I go here, Control V, I'm on a PC, and then I go into my price. Now my price is probably in a range from anywhere between 5% up to 30%. Sometimes it could be up to 100% of markup, which is the price you add on top of the cost of goods sold so that you could find your true retail price. Okay. So if my cost of goods sold in this scenario is, what are they selling this for on Walmart? $5.49. You figure, let's say $2. So we'll round this up to 6. So $2, 6 plus 2 is 8. So $8, and then we'll put in 25, 30% in this case, right? I'm just going to round it up to 10 because I got to figure in the shipping, because on Walmart they have a deal that if your shopping cart is above a certain amount, you'll get free shipping. So I'm calculating all of my hard costs. Well, shipping will be variable depending on the city, but I'm just going to round up to take a real good guesstimate. And in this document, on another tab, I have the math all worked out. So I don't have to figure this out in my head. I put in the percentage that I want to make. So here's a rule of thumb. If it's a very affordable price, like $5 under, you can double the price, right? So that's 100% your price. If it's more expensive, then you can start lowering the percentages because you want to come in at a price that you think will move your product quickly. And that makes common sense when you think about it. So for this one, I put a little above 30% because I'm factoring in tax and shipping. All right, so back at the ad, my category is frames, condition is new. It's always good to use emojis, and so I want to put above my description, it's new in the box, fast delivery, because I believe that will help people to consider my product of this frame versus the other 20 or 30 plus people that are selling similar frames. And best practices, always lead with your benefit, never lead with your features. So I have about 270 or so characters to describe my benefit. Then I go into my features. I could have used the right hand emoji, but today I just chose the bullet point. No rhyme or reason. I just think it's just cleaner. So if we see the right side of my screen where I'm scrolling down, super clean. Okay. I have to realize that this is going to be viewed on a mobile device, right? Probably over 50, 60+% of people view, and even more percent purchase on a mobile. And this is done through studies. And if you ever advertise on Facebook Marketplace, if you were to boost, meaning pay to advertise your listing, you'd see that in the insights, which is the analytical page to see the statistics of your advertisement. So moving forward, I chose a quantity of 3. My reason is I could have done 4 or 5, but I want to make it look like I'm trying to get rid of these. So I just put 3. I can always come back later as I sell these and up the quantity. Frame size, I put it in there. Color, put it in there. Single photo frame. These are new features. This optional frame type. Okay. Material, I'm going to put, what did I put? I put plastic. So give me a second here. There you go, plastic. And product tags, it removed my product tag. So I'll show you that live. You only have 20 product tags. Again, some people swear by these. Some people say that Facebook does not adhere to these in the algorithm to put your listing above another. So we'll just pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Notice that tags are preceded by a comma. That's how Facebook Marketplace does it. So I'm just going to copy and paste. I mean, look how fast is that, folks. I mean, imagine if I did this all manually, it would take a lot longer. So moving forward, we're not going to use a skew. We're not going to be boosting. I don't mind if my friends see it because, hey, they may need a frame and they may purchase from me, and I'm cool with that. So we're going to click next. I'm coming out of New York. I'm going to choose shipping only, but here are the options. I don't want to use Facebook's shipping, although they do give you a discount. I'm going to use my own here. I'm not going to choose pickup. I don't want somebody coming to my place of residence to pick this up because I'm retail drop shipping. So when someone pays for this item, I'm going to take the funds and I'm going to purchase it at the most affordable price and then mail it to them directly. I'm going to put $5 shipping rate. Okay. And I'm not going to turn on free shipping because I am charging, and I'm going to choose next. Let me make one note here. If we hit the total estimated payout, this is why we know our numbers and we do our numbers ahead of time. So my item retail is $10. My shipping is $5. So that's the total there. Of course, Facebook gets their cut, and then I'm left with $14.25. So obviously, I'm going to be spending less to purchase this item off of Walmart, but I'm retailing it for 10 because I'm factoring in all the costs involved, fees, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we'll hit next. And I can choose to turn this on to let buyers negotiate, and then I'd put a price, as you can see here. I don't want to do that yet. I want to see if I get some traction on the current price. And then lastly, I'm going to choose, obviously, Marketplace is automatically selected. So I think they'll put it within a radius from my New York location. And I'm going to choose a bunch of buy and sell groups. This is key. You want to choose buy and sell groups related to the products that you're selling. There's some buy and sell groups that are about cars or apartments, about sneakers, about purses specifically, et cetera, et cetera. You want to find buy and sell groups specifically related to products like this. So I'm just going to choose public and private. As you'll notice very carefully here, maybe I can zoom in. 29,000 members. This is a private group. Yeah, I totally want to be on here. Here's another one, 53,000 plus. Here's a public one for 15,000. This is out of Long Island. Yeah, definitely. So for the sake of time, I'll just choose until I hit my limit. I think it's 20. Anything like 500 members, I try not to do on the first go round, but for the sake of time, again, I'm just going to choose 20. There you go. And then I'll just hit publish. Now I've already looked over my work and triple checked everything, so I'm just going to hit publish. But if I didn't, I would just look over everything, make sure everything is, grammar and spelled right, and then I would publish it. So here it is, 3 left. Let me zoom in here. and there it is. So normally there's a review, whether it's software or human-based, and usually it may take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes at max, and then your item will be published and you can just hit the refresh just to see. I don't see that this is under review, so we'll just leave it at that. And then every 7 days you can renew it. I think you get 3 shots to renew. And what I do is a little trick, and I'll finish with this. I'll list in more places. And you can only do this on the desktop. Many folks create these listings on their phone using the Facebook app. I choose to do it on the desktop. As you can see, I'm logged into my Facebook account. So what I would do is I would remember where the 20th spot was. Let's say it's here. And then I would just continue to click another 20 buy and sell groups. And then I would hit save. And that's how you can expand beyond the 20 Facebook buy and sell group limit. So you can get the maximum exposure for $0. Now, again, you can go in and boost later on, and there's protocols for that and the reason for you to test that. But for now, I mean, for $0, and it only took me maybe 30, 45 minutes from start to finish to do all the research and put it together because I've been doing this for a while. Not bad. Okay, so we can see in a few days if this will sell or not, or if it gets clicks and add to carts, etc. All right, I think that's it. So I will turn it over back to you, Lila.
Well, thank you for showing us this. It's awesome to see how much work goes into one product, but all that work, I'm guessing, has a big return, doesn't it?
For the most part, depends how you define return. So this is a numbers game. Let's be honest and truthful. Not every product will pop. Sometimes you could have the best photos and best videos and the awesome description and really correct pricing, and for some reason the algorithm just might not give you a long-term boost. And that's part of the consideration for this marketplace. And really, when you're selling in public, you can't guarantee anything. So the return on investment is the fact that I've done everything that I can to put my product in the best position to win. And usually you win when you publish enough products. What that number is, some people can do 2 products a day. I wouldn't recommend no more than 10 a day. And if you price it right, you're going to see a lot of movement. And so you're going to get a lot of orders over time. So it's not guaranteed, but you'll increase your chances significantly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And this is drop shipping, right?
This is drop shipping. You'll use the same techniques if you are wholesaling, meaning you go to a manufacturer and you say, I want to buy 100 units of this trinket. And you eventually go through the process as I explained and sell it. You can do that route too. That's called wholesaling. Or you could do thrifting. Thrifting is where you maybe live in a community, or you just have an eye for an affordable item that you think, wow, that's super cheap. I can buy that and resell it. Or maybe you're garage sailing, that kind of thing. Or maybe you're antiquing. Maybe you restore furniture and you want to sell it. Or maybe you are in remodeling and you know somebody, or you're involved in a business where you excavate someone's home because you're going to redo the walls. But where does the rug go? Where does the couch go? Sometimes you have beautiful pieces. They might just get sold or thrown away or given to Goodwill. Well, you can take that, touch them up, and then advertise them for $0. You're just talking about maybe an hour or 2 of your time. And once you get a system down, you can get an item published really quick, probably maybe 15 minutes or under if you're pretty fast, and maybe use a little bit of software. So it's different types.
I was going to ask, I guess, more specific questions. How do you get into the marketplace? I don't use Facebook a lot, but how do you get into it?
So if you have a Facebook account that you use from the social network side, you just look for the icon that says marketplace, and it is free. And you use your personal account and you go through the process as I just explained. Just have some images, title, description, price, etc., and then post it. So that's how you get into it. There's no fee or anything. There's instructions online. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. And of course, hopefully people will see our video today and get inspired to do the same thing.
And then you use the AI content writing tool. I missed the name of it. What was
Yeah, it's
that?
called Writer, RYTR. I could, if I can give you the link and you could check it out. And for those who are interested, can use it. Not need it, but when you're at my stage of the game where you're doing a lot, or maybe you're selling a lot specifically, you want to, maximize your time. Now, I know
Right.
how to write and I do a lot of content writing in my career, but why not work smarter?
Yeah.
And so for a nominal monthly fee that you could easily earn back if you take this thing serious, you can use AI. And I mean, literally, let me give you a sense of scale. So normally it would take, let's say, like an extra 15, 20 minutes to write, because I really want to make sure I got my bullet points. Let me say 30 minutes. With this, I could do it in probably 4.5, 5 minutes, maybe
Oh,
10 if I'm taking my time,
yeah.
I'm not trying to rush. Like, that's powerful.
Yeah. Let's say time's worth money.
Definitely. And let's say I didn't sell that item.
Mhm.
Was it worth buying the software? Some people may be thinking, man, I got to add on that price and earn that back. Yes, you do, when you factor in all the costs involved. But I don't get that time back.
Mhm.
And if I'm selling something, I'm selling something for a reason. This is the philosophy that I have. I'm selling to better myself. Maybe I want to buy someone that I care about a gift. So I want to get rid of old inventory that's taking up space and dust in my home and get rid of it. Or maybe I have an extra 10 hours a week or 5 hours a week in my schedule open and I want to fill it. Why not have a side hustle? You don't have to.
Mhm.
Some people get another part-time job. That's cool too. But for me, I can sit on my butt, be in front of my laptop, use a little bit of software that I'm probably using anyway for my freelance work. And if you're in our career in digital marketing, maybe your client covered the cost of that tool.
Right.
Maybe the agency you work for, the in-house department you work for, has an education budget that you've requested to pay for that. Like, there's ways to get around this. But even if I didn't make anything, it was worth it because I'm learning technology, I'm saving time, I'm having fun, I'm expressing myself, because there is a little bit of creativity involved in this process. So in my humble opinion, I think it's worth it, whether you use a piece of software like I do or not.
And I guess I have one more question.
Yep.
This was for products that you've described this. What about services?
So you got to sell products. I've seen people do services, although I have to be honest, I haven't retained it in my short-term memory because I know that you're supposed to sell products.
Mhm.
So look at the rules and determine if you want to be abide by the rules or not. And there's consequences for everything, but it's for products.
Okay.
So whether it's used or new,
Mhm.
you just got to choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Good question.
do you have a course over this, like your own course?
I am working on validating a course for this for novice to advanced beginners that would share some of these nuggets that I've paid a dear price to learn and earn, but also some of the basics. It would be sort of an evergreen kind of course, which means that I'll show you tips, tricks, foundations, philosophy, mindset, and best practices that won't expire. And in fact, there's other levels besides the Facebook Marketplace. There's Facebook Marketplace shops, there's having your own website, etc. And I'm currently in the process with another expert on validating idea for creating a course. If we see enough hunger for it, enough feedback, we're going to create one that I think will be so from a marketing perspective and would help those that are from a novice to advanced beginner, really make it easy for you so that you could sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. I might, who knows, I might buy into it because this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I've been involved in, with Amazon They all have pros and cons. I've been involved with Shopify. Actually, I started my official e-commerce career using Shopify and that kind of thing. But there was something about Facebook Marketplace that I thought, man, this is like the wild, wild west. And Facebook, as we know now, is called Meta. The CEO is really pushing relationships. And really, when you're selling products, you're selling a solution to somebody's problem. Now, obviously, this picture frame is not like healing a disease or anything like that. But somebody out there is struggling in their dorm room because their frame fell. There's some new mom out there that just brought to life a beautiful child, and there's wonderful pictures, and she wants to frame that. There's an office with an award that needs to be framed. So there's problems out there.
Or
What'd
there's
you
like, or there's like a white wall that I want to get rid
say?
of.
There's a white wall that needs a black frame somewhere.
Off it, yeah.
Yeah, and if you go to the, I didn't read it because of time, but if you go to the description that I put, I speak to that. I speak to this idea of your dorm room, your office, or your home, because you got to paint the picture for people. People want to imagine what your product is going to be like in their life so that they're saving money or making money. Well, how is a picture frame going to save somebody money? Well, mine is going to be more affordable compared to others. How am I going to help you make money with my picture frame? Well, you're going to have a better quality of life because your wonderful picture is going to be in my wonderful frame, and you're going to feel better about that. And you won't spend a lot of time looking for frames because my frame is going to catch your eye. And the time that you save from buying my frame instead of looking at 5 to 10 different stores, that time you can use for more important things like work, family, play. See what I'm saying? So in digital marketing, we got to make that connection. How are you helping to solve problems? What is the problem? How are you helping to solve that problem? And what's the benefit? And that's why you never put a feature, how it works, above what it does for your life. And if you apply that methodology, it works for any product and even services too.
Are you able to put a link to it in the chat, or is that possible? Or can you link
To
the
that listing? Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah, I'll grab the link and I'll share it with you ladies. That way, whoever watches the video, they can see it. And so I'll leave it up for a little while. And you can take it and, copy it. There's some best practices there that are evergreen. And be creative. Make your listing your own. And that's partly what I like about it. So although this may or may not sell, I got to express myself. And so I'm fully aware that it's not just about making money. It's about my quality of life, the quality of my mind, and how I feel about myself, and about the products that I really believe in. I really believe in that frame, so I'm going to sell it. There's other products that I don't really like, so I don't mess with it because I don't want my name attached to it. So whether somebody buys my product or not, I'm standing by what my values are, my corporate, my personal values, my principles, and I live and work from that. And if I were to create this course, and hopefully I do, or any piece of content that I create, I want people to know that know me or will come to know me to know that I stand behind my work and I stand behind the products that I sell. And that's another thing that you want to do. So it's more than just platform, following steps. It's principles and values and best practices and philosophies around trying to have digital relationships with people. And when you do that, and you know that you're helping people and you have a good headspace for that, you're going to find that in the long run, you're not just going to break even, you're going to be in profit. And that's really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Nice.
Do you have anything else to share before we end this this video?
If your viewers want to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with me on Facebook or LinkedIn. Let me get my Facebook, and we'll put it in the description as well. So facebook.com/ I think it's, let me just see. Facebook.com/Alex Vega Mobile. You can find me on Facebook if you want to get in touch with me, and just let me know, hey, I seen the video you did on Facebook Marketplace, want to connect. Be happy to connect with you, do what I can to answer any questions. If you want consulting, I'm available for that, and projects. I love working with great people. Or on LinkedIn. Let me pull up my LinkedIn right quick. So linkedin.com/IN as in Nancy /A Vega. So that's Apple, Victor, Echo, Gamma, Alpha. Love to connect with you there. And that's how you'll get a hold of me.
All right. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you, ladies.
All right. Bye.